Welcome to Childhood Trash, a dumpster dive into our childhood nostalgia where we re-examine some of the most influential media from our youth in order to answer the question, tragic or nostalgic. I'm your host, Maggie Keating, joined by my co-host,
Pia LaPlaca.
Hi, Pia.
Maggie. Hi.
So, we're back today doing something we did not want to do again, which is
listen,
a silly thing.
this is another first for us.
Mhm.
You know, we are trying new things. We're experimenting. We're learning. We're living, laughing,
Yes.
and loving.
Yes, we are.
So we're
it's okay.
remote today.
Yes, we're remote.
And we're trying this out, and we'll see how it goes.
We will. So yeah, today we're going to be discussing Twitches again.
No, not again. I mean, just again for us.
For us.
I mean, it's again, but better. We're gonna do such a better job this time.
Again, but better by my
Christine
favorite booktuber. Yes.
Yeah.
Twitches, such a good, Halloween decom. That Twitches and, Halloween Town are the two that I think of. I feel like that's, what most people think of, if you're, born in our generation or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like this is such, a classic, I don't know, it came out in 2005, so, I guess it's not, super classic like Halloween Town is, but, and it only had one sequel, whereas,
Halloween Town had a whole
600. But I do feel like it's so good, and, I remember it being so good, and I was not disappointed.
Exactly.
And it just, it really hits.
It really does. I love this movie so dearly. So, let's get into some of the facts. Yes. Why not? So, I learned very recently that this movie was based on based on a Twitches book, published by Scholastic Press, which was pretty cool. I didn't know that. I would like to look into that, but I feel like...
Yeah, I didn't know that until this rewatch, because I saw it in the opening, credits.
Yeah.
But I'm, curious. I'm looking it up now. Oh my god, you have to look at these covers.
Oh,
they are crazy.
Oh
my
okay.
god. They're, peak early 2000s.
Oh, wait, I'm excited.
Did you ever read those books that were, I have no idea what they were called, but they had the picture of, the human transforming into, the animal.
Oh my god, yes. And the anamorphosis? Anamorphosis? Yeah. Something? Yeah. Oh my god, yes! Oh, these are iconic.
No, these are crazy.
Oh my god. Why don't we make things like this anymore? Oh, look at the necklaces! This is what I want to look like. The girl with the blue hair and, the chunky highlights.
Yeah.
Why don't I look like that? That's amazing.
Do you think that's, Alex or Cam?
Alex, for sure. Because she has the moon. She's got the moon on her neck.
She's the moon.
Anyway.
Okay, well, context clues. But
I like that it's
crazy.
T-witches. That's how the twins witches exactly. Oh my god.
There's a star.
Episode title. Twins, witches, exactly.
There's an asterisk.
That's so good.
That's
yes, I love it.
Asterisk
witches.
Yeah.
Iconic.
I'm glad they got rid of that.
Yeah. I want to read it, but then my perception of the book to movie adaptations that Disney made is now tainted because of Lemonade Mouth. So I'm
so true.
I'm scared to pick it up. You know?
Who knows what problematic shit they have going on.
Yeah, and they're I want to fuck my stepmom. No!
Yeah. They could, but yeah, that's interesting. I'm glad we took a look at that.
Yeah, I am too. We didn't do that last time. So, some more little fun facts. So this was written, the script, the teleplay, if you will, was written by Melissa Gold and Dan Berenstain. So Dan worked on a bunch of fan favorites, including Camp Rock 2 with bestie Paul Hohen, who our interview with Paul just went up. So if you want to take a look at that, it's pretty cool. And then
I hated that.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty
cool.
It's pretty cool. And then he also wrote the Wizards of Waverly Place movie, Twitches 2, and Halloween Town High. So this man needs to get his butt on the pod because we have questions, basically.
We do. Oh my god, those are such great, some of the best Disney fantasy movies.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like the Wizards of Waverly Place movie, there was something going on in that movie.
Literally,
so
it's peak. Yeah, I rewatched it last year just like for fun
Oh,
because like
really?
yeah, some of my friends like wanted to watch it, so we watched it. And it was so like it was so good. It was so good. Like Indiana Jones, the Indiana Jones influence is amazing. I just loved it so much.
If there's
Um
one thing about Child the Trash is we're gonna talk about the Indiana Jones influence.
yeah. Oh my god, literally yes. Or like every house movies episode, like
I know you're like, have you guys seen Indiana Jones? Like, I don't think you have.
I like I underestimate how much I love that movie until I realize how much I talk about it. Like it's like one of my favorites.
It's like
But
dogs and
besides,
Indiana Jones. That's
yeah,
Maggie.
that's a great way to describe me. I love that. Oh my god, I love that. How does that like? How do I like staple that on my forehead or something? Like, okay, whatever. Like, you want to get to know me, dogs and Indiana Jones. There we go. But
Yeah.
like, so also this movie is directed by Stuart Gillard,
Yeah.
who is familiar because he also directed Avalon High, Twitches 2, Hatching Pete, and Girl versus Monster. So like, he's pretty cool as well.
Yeah, where's he at? I
So
mean,
like, if you wanted to like come on the podcast or something, that would be pretty cool.
yeah. Those are also like that's a great lineup of movies. I don't remember Hatching Pete very well, I gotta be
I don't
honest.
either. Yeah, I don't either. But I
Um,
did it
yeah.
have the who was the guy
It
from
had
that? Was
Jason
it
Dolly in
PJ?
it.
Yeah, PJ
Yeah.
from
From
yeah, you know.
why was I gonna say Corey in the House? He was also in Corey in the House, but that's
Oh
unrelated.
yeah, I forgot about that. I
um
totally forgot about that.
I feel like maybe one of the reasons why Girl versus Monster is so good is because it's directed by freaking Stuart Gillard.
I know
Because
because all of our favorites are clearly directed by him. Like
yeah, and I feel like
Twitches, Avalon High.
the underrated ones and like the
Hmm.
classic ones, and it's like
Yeah,
same guy makes
I'm very
sense.
excited. I will be watching Girl versus Monster this year on Halloween. I'm very excited. I
On
already have it.
Halloween,
Yes. Yes.
wow, that is like a
Yes.
coveted place is the
Yeah.
on Halloween movie.
I know. I know. I know. Hmm.
And you're watching Girl versus Monster on Halloween.
Yes, because my roommate has like this, that's her tradition, and I've never done that before. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, usually I'm like a Nightmare Before Christmas kind of girl, or like Halloween Town, but I already watched it this year, or like Hocus Pocus. And I
Yeah.
know you're a Hocus Pocus girl,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen Girl versus Monster in a very long time, so I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Now I gotta ask you since you brought it up. Are
Yes.
you in the camp of Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie or a Christmas
Okay.
movie?
I believe it is a Halloween movie.
Okay.
Um, I'm not opposed to watching it at Christmas time, but to me, it's just more Halloween movie. Like he's literally like a skeleton. He's a skeleton. He
Yeah,
just is.
true.
And like it takes place mostly in Halloween Town. Like they go to the Christmas town for like 20 minutes of the movie, and then he pretends to be Santa Claus, but he's really just like. But all of the other characters are like spooky guys, and like all of their little songs, all of the like great songs in that movie
Yeah,
are
love
about
the
Halloween.
songs.
So
So true.
to me, that is a Halloween movie, and I love the ghost dog, obviously. What else would you expect me to
Oh
say?
my god.
It's just the most beautiful movie. I need to rewatch it, but yeah, it's a Halloween movie for me. What about you?
I feel like it's like a cusp movie. Like that's
Okay,
like the last
November maybe.
yeah, like November or like that's like I was listening to a podcast earlier and they talked about this exact thing, so that's why I brought it
Mhm.
up.
Yeah.
Someone said they watch it like on Halloween, like it's the last like the end of Halloween season is like the
Yeah.
last day. And I feel like that
Oh,
makes sense. But I also
yes,
really
I would agree.
I don't really like that movie that much.
Oh, oh my God, that's
I don't know.
crazy.
I
That's
don't know.
crazy. I just
It's never really done
all
it
of the
for me.
music. I love that. I love it. I love it. I haven't seen
I
like
don't
The
know.
Corpse Bride or anything, but I really love Nightmare Before Christmas.
I don't know. It's
Sally's
no
little songs.
twitches. It's no twitches to
It
me,
is
you
no
know?
Twitches. Twitches just has a certain charm, and the charm of that movie is Tia and Tamara Mowry. If you ask
Tia and
me.
Tamara. That's literally do you know that song?
Oh yeah, I can't believe we didn't talk about that last time. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That
No,
is like
every
yeah.
time.
If you put that song on, I will go crazy. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Like I know like every word to that song. It's embarrassing. So like
That's iconic. I love that.
yeah. But Tia and Tamara bring like such a warmth to this movie that I feel like they really like. It's clear that they built this movie like around them a little bit.
Yeah.
We talked about how this movie has like a $20 million budget, which is pretty crazy for a DCOM at this time.
Oh yeah.
Um, Halloween Town we think was like 4 million or something.
Yeah.
And they had Debbie Reynolds, who was an amazing, like, huge actress, like Hall of Fame actresses. So it's like pretty crazy that they were able to get Tia and Tamara, who are like pretty big stars at this time, just like for like kids who are our age. So
Oh my gosh.
they've
So
just built it around them.
$20 million in 2005 is $31,500,000 today.
Yes, I forgot about inflation. That's so real.
How could you forget about inflation? Inflation calculator.
Just at the grocery store, you're like, ugh,
Inflation.
it's pasta.
I'm thinking about inflation.
$2.50 last year.
Yeah, but I love Tia and Tamara so much, and like I watched Sister Sister growing up, and I recently rewatched it. I think in the last few years, still holds up, still so good.
Yeah.
What's funny to me is they have like the charm of being like child stars, but then there's like so much older in this movie. They're like in their mid-20s and they're like 21.
Right.
Like that's the characters' ages.
Yeah.
But I think that they like maintain that kind of like innocence and like just like that sweetness of like being kids and like growing up kids on TV.
Yeah, agreed. I would agree. And you never like heard anything crazy about them. You never heard that they were like, I don't know, like doing crazy drugs or like selling children or doing anything crazy. Like, I don't know, like,
whoa,
like they're very like normal actresses, normal people that just like act sometimes. And I think they might have like a talk show, or one of them has a talk show or something, but it's not like huge. They're just like doing their thing and like making this amazing Disney movie that I love so much. So yeah.
So true. I think one of them came out with a memoir recently.
Oh, really? Ooh.
I don't know which. And they had a show called Tia and Tamara in the early 2010s.
Okay.
Now I'm on my Googling shit.
Yeah, so am I. I'm like, I don't.
And do you remember? Do you know their little brother?
No, they have a little brother.
They have a little brother. His name is Taj, and he was also like a Disney star, kind of.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, he was. They were in a movie together. The three of them. They made 17 again, like the original 17 again.
Oh my god.
Not Zac Efron.
Crazy.
And he was also in Full House when he was like a very little baby child.
Oh my god.
But he was in Baby Daddy. Did you watch that show?
I did not, but I've heard of it.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so like they're a whole acting little family and they're so unproblematic. And I love them.
Oh, they were in a Blue's Clues episode. Sorry. I love Blue's Clues. Oh, they have cookbooks.
And like I think they got like college degrees and stuff. Like they just they went full normo like after.
Yeah, they did. They literally did.
And that's so awesome.
Oh, she was on an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, they went to Pepperdine. Which is kind of a slay.
That is pretty cool. Good for her. Literally good for her. So proud of them.
Both of them.
Both of them. Sorry, they're just the same person in my mind. Just like
they're one person.
Yeah, just like a teensy tiny bit. But like, yeah.
It's anyway, problematic. It's okay.
Yeah. Shall we move on to a discussion of the actual movie itself?
Sure. So we open on a castle.
Oh, a most beautiful, wonderful castle that I would love to live in.
The castle of our dreams, truly.
Yes, it is. It is like actually the coolest fantasy world. Like Coventry is like everything that I want it to be. If I could live somewhere, it would be Coventry, because the moon, or like the planet that is in the sky at all times, is so sick. And then also like just the magic system is really, really cool. I don't know. It's just like very like whimsical and sweet. I really like it. It's very like pleasant thing.
Yeah, I love it. And I love how they did like the CGI in this movie too, because I feel like it could have been really bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't have no other way to put it. Like it could have been like an early Harry Potter movie. Like it could have been that.
Right.
Yeah. But like I feel like looking at these like landscapes and stuff, which they all did, like they're not real, guys. Sorry to like break it to you.
I know,
but,
unfortunately.
Like, looking at them, like you can tell like they've aged surely, but like they don't look like overdone or like overly
right. They're still
like,
very charming.
cartoony.
It's It's not giving like it's not giving the prequels of like Star Wars. It's very like
Yeah.
charming and like nice to look at, and you can tell, but it's like it's still like, oh man, I wish I lived there. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So we kind of get the backstory of the two twins when we open the movie. In the beginning, Artemis and Apollo are born in Coventry to the king and queen of the land, and they basically are separated at birth because of this like evil force known as the darkness, which is like seeking after them because of this prophecy that states that like if the twins are together, they'll be like powerful enough to like defeat the darkness. And so they're separated to protect them from the darkness because their father like dies, transferring them all his power to like save them, and then they are brought to Earth in like the Earth dimension.
It's giving Chosen One Harry Potter when Lily like her love saves him or whatever the fuck.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh, I gotta rewatch Harry Potter too. It's such a good day for. Oh, I'm gonna totally do that today. It's so rainy and beautiful. Yeah. Yes. That's my today activity. Oh, as soon as this is done.
I fully support you in that.
Yes, I'm so excited. Wait, okay.
There's Karsh and Ileana, who are the twins' protectors, and
yes.
I just want to say, like, right off the bat, they're not doing a great job because they need to hide these kids. They need to keep them separately and keep them separate, and they put them in like the same town in
literally
Earth. Like, for what? Like, literally, they could have been.
Beats me.
What would have been really cool is if they were in two completely different dimensions, and then we somehow had to like make them meet. And, like, maybe one of them was, like, a interdimension, like, traveler. And, like, I know I'm rewriting the movie, but, like, maybe they, like, meet on, like, their business trip to Earth. And
yeah, this is what we do. This is just what we do.
And, like, that would be so... that would be so fun. And then we could have, like, a whole nother, like, different set and, like, stuff. And then they would really be from two different worlds instead of, like, just, like, class and stuff.
Totally. Yeah, I think that would be cool. I think it's really funny that they grew up in the same town and never ran into each other until they were 21.
Like I don't believe it.
I don't believe that either. I don't know. Like Karsh and Ileana just made their job so much harder, like having to like prevent them from meeting until they were 21, but they live so close together. Like it's got to be insane. I don't know.
There's something though. They're like kind of like the bumbling like little like duo.
They're the fairy godparents. I love it. I love it.
They are the fairy godparents.
They're supposed to be like the what in what relation are they to the king and queen? Like the like pages or like the helper?
I thought they were just like good friends of Aaron.
Good friends. And yeah, so that sounds about right.
So yeah, no, I think you're what you said before of like godparents. I feel like they're just like the godparents of these kids.
Okay. Yeah, that could work.
So I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
I would agree with that. So they're just kind of like doing them a favor, and they're also like the twins and the parents and Karsh and Ileana are presumed dead in Coventry.
Yeah,
right?
But their bodies were never found. So like Mr. Darkness is sus.
He is sus. Yeah. So we don't quite know, or at least the queen, who is still alive, does not quite know what happened to the kids and to Karsh and Ileana. So there is still some like sliver of hope that they're going to come back and defeat the darkness. But yeah,
yes,
we're introduced to the two girls who are renamed as Alex and Cameron in the earthly world. Alex is the night owl, the writer, and like she is writing all these stories about like her sister and her and their adventures in Coventry without actually knowing that they're true. Like she's having these like thoughts about them, but not knowing that it's real.
How fucking cool would that be? Imagine like,
oh my god, like
writing,
I wish.
Like whatever you're writing, like whatever it is, like you're writing some fantasy world, and then you just like that's like one of my favorite like I don't know if it's a plot device, but I feel like it's the plot of a lot of things is like a writer writes something and then it's like it's actually real. Like that is so fucking cool. That's
is
like
so cool because it is literally the dream. Like Pia and I being creative writing majors, how cool would that be? That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know. She's really interesting. She lives with her like best friend because her adoptive mom passed away like a few months prior to when we stumble upon their story. So she's kind of just like scraping by with everything. Yeah. And then Cameron, who
Yeah,
wants
then
to do the
there's
Cameron
Cameron.
summary.
She's the artiste. She's an art major. She's rich. She lives in like the ritzy neighborhood in like their town or whatever, like a gated community. And she's an early riser. She wakes up in the morning and then like starts drawing because she's an inspiration queen. And she's just like the more like outgoing, kind of like bubbly gal compared to her sister. And she's very like sunshine, happiness, rainbows. Not that like Alex is like depression, but like but I feel like Alex is more like cynical and like
Yeah.
not a big like believer
Yeah,
in
she's
things.
more chill, kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah. That is the two sisters. And so on their 21st birthday, they meet for the first time, because of a series of manipulations by Karsh and Ileana, and also just like some little coincidences. So they are on Cameron's birthday. She wants to go shopping with her friend, and so they go shopping. And if I'm remembering this correctly,
Yeah.
Alex is looking for a job, and Karsh like manipulates it so that the store that Cameron is shopping at is supposed to be hiring. And so Alex goes in and is like, "Can I get a job?" And then they meet each other. They're like, "We have the same face."
Well, they literally like run into each other. Like
Mm-hmm.
one is holding like a giant pile of clothes and the clothes like comically fall on the floor and then they're like revealed and they go which is very similar to in Sister Sister where they also meet clothing shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
And they're like, "My face is your face.
My face is
Our
your
face."
face, which like another thing I've always wanted to happen in my life.
Yeah.
like I just like where's my
much,
twin?
well, okay, so that's pretty much what happened when we met each other.
Wait,
We were like, "Wait,
my personality in her?
we were on the team. We were like, what the heck?" Oh my god.
That's true. That's true.
It's very true. We just don't have the same face. So
We don't.
maybe
That would really be
like,
something.
that'd be really crazy. But imagine in like 100 years when they have the technology for that, we got it. We got it down.
We're gonna.
But like,
Are you gonna take my face or am I gonna take your face?
oh, that's the debate of
Are
the
we gonna?
century, isn't it?
Or should we just come up with a whole new face?
No,
and
we
just
should
both get that one?
mix faces.
Okay.
We should mix faces to make the ultimate face.
Okay. I'm down.
Yeah, this is a job for Lila. I'm gonna have her mix our faces.
Be like, what did they get up to talking about in the
Okay.
Twitches episode?
So
Anyway, so
yeah.
they meet and basically Alex is like, this is weird, like I don't like this. And Cam's like, no, this is like the coolest thing that's happened. Because all day she was like going about her day and she was basically like she was basically doing the Halloween Town, something's coming or whatever.
Somebody's coming.
Yeah. Except she was like, something's gonna happen today, something crazy cool is gonna happen. And then she met her sister, and you know what we forgot to talk about? The breakfast that Alex gets in the morning with the Cheerios and the strawberry yogurt and the candy corn that I have thought about every day. I think I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna make it so it's more like a cake. And I think we're gonna do icing instead of yogurt.
Oh, okay. So it's more like okay, yeah, we talked about this. How I think about the Max and Ruby pink cake every day.
Yeah.
This is like I think about this every day.
Well, here's the thing, like candy corn is like my favorite thing. I don't know if you know this about me.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. No, I like those little candy corn pumpkins. You know what I'm talking about? Those are my favorite. Yeah. They taste the same. They just look cuter to me.
They're just a different shape.
Yeah.
But when I was like in like middle school and high school, and my friends would like get me stuff for my birthday, I got like one year I got like a 5-pound bag of candy corn from one of my friends, and it was like it lasted me so long. It was so great.
Oh my god, candy corn is like, oh, it's like nauseatingly sweet though. It's like, oh.
It's my favorite thing. I love it so much.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense though. That really makes sense. You're such a character in like a rom-com novel that like takes place in October.
That's the best compliment I've ever received.
No, like literally.
That's awesome.
You're like, and now I have a cat, and the cat's name, what's your cat's name again?
Hilda.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Your cat's name is Hilda. You love candy corn, that's your favorite candy. Like Your favorite movie is Hocus Pocus. You went to Salem for your birthday. Like it doesn't get, and you're a writer. It doesn't get more like tropey than that.
Yeah. I'm full of
If only you
cliches.
got the library job, it would have rounded everything out.
I know.
But that's where we
So
merge.
upsetting.
That's where we merge.
Yeah, that's where you pick up where I leave off, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Somebody just needs to write us as a character. It'd be so funny.
Yeah.
We keep talking about ourselves. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
This is actually just a podcast about how me and Pia are actually the Twitches.
We are twin witches, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, exactly. Fuck.
What even happens next?
Okay, so next they go to Cam's house, and Alex gets like annoyed, I think, and she opens the door in Cameron's room, and it leads to Coventry, and then they show up to Coventry, and I love a portal. I love a portal like this. It's my favorite.
The door portal, and then the door is what transports like you and then the door goes with you to the place, and it's like a purple door. It's just so.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like hops up. It's like goes.
Yeah.
Whoop. And then they meet Karsh and Ileana, and they basically tell them like they give them the whole backstory and tell them like everything you've heard is true. And also like there's the darkness, and like you guys, do they tell them about the prophecy? I think they do.
Yes, I have that in my notes that the sisters are the only ones capable of defeating the darkness. And Alex is scared to help though because all of her stories end in death. She finds out that they're true because they're actually in Coventry and like.
But eventually, Alex gets convinced by Cameron to like actually like be a witch. I know. I'm sure it must be like it's a lot for your 21st birthday. Like
I empathize.
Like putting myself in her shoes, like I can understand it's a lot to take on in one day.
Like it would be really challenging and difficult, but yeah.
Yeah. So then they like have the cute like practicing their magic montage where they're just like pointing at things and like things are happening.
Yeah, it's great. It's so great. I love a magic montage so much, and they're like being like we're like Twitches now. Like we're like
go Twitches, go Twitches,
go Twitches, go Twitches. I'm going Twitches.
When they go, it's our birthday. It's our birthday.
Oh my god, I love this movie. And that's the other thing. Okay, I just wanted to bring up the production design of this movie really quick because it's like every Disney Channel movie from this era is just so good at like making the movies look amazing. Like with how they decorate the bedrooms in particular. Like they just look like they reflect the characters' personalities so much, especially Cameron's room. It's like got all of her drawings all over the walls and like all of her jewelry and her like I remember she has this like huge dresser of all these drawers, and it just like I just wanted to live there so bad. Like it hurts that I don't. So I just want to bring that up.
I also love like the outfits in this movie. Like the dress that Cameron buys, this peach number with the sequins and the little turquoise shrug, like it's got the color combo and like just the whole like the colors of that store that they're in and like the first time they meet are just so peak early 2000s. Like they look like the inside of Hannah Montana's closet, and it's like so beautiful.
Yes, and then like the outfits that the mom wears too, because she's like the queen, so she has like all these like beautiful ball gowns. She mostly wears this like blue like tunic dress, but it's so gorgeous. And then they give her the most stunning makeup ever. It's like this glittery like iridescent eyeshadow, and she just looks so pretty. Like they really outdid themselves. Like
I know, and she's like 26, so like she's killing it.
Like she's like a few years older than the girls are in the movie, but it's fine. It doesn't. You gotta suspend your disbelief.
It's fine. Okay. They could be sisters. It's okay.
Speaking of the mother, her name is Miranda, and she. Well, they haven't met. She hasn't met the girls yet. She hasn't realized that they're alive yet. But she has a feeling because she has a little necklace, and it's like the sun and the moon, and the girls like they have their own separate sun and moon necklaces, so it's like twinkling, and she's like, oh my god, like I feel it, like I just know they're out there. And she confides in Thantos, who is like her husband, the king's brother, who she ended up marrying after he died. So she's like, Thantos, they're alive. I can feel it. And he's like, well, it's possible. We don't know where the bodies are and whatever. And so we get a glimpse at like, there's a potential bad guy here because he's kind of suspicious, I guess.
He's such a good bad guy. Like, I love him
Mhm.
being the villain. I thought that it was like just done so well. There's a couple things I really like. I really like how he kind of is this, like, there's certain scenes, and we'll come up to it in a minute. I like that he's kind of like playing both sides almost, and I really
Yeah.
like that. But I also love just like the whole like character design of the darkness, how like it's just this black fog, but it's got like this like redness to it that makes it
Yeah.
kind of like
Like,
alive. And like,
yes.
and then there's like the faces and the hands and stuff, and it's like it's
Yes.
really creepy and like really like simple, but it works super well.
Yeah, it's like what do you like, it's like if you close your eyes and you're like, if darkness was personified, that's what it would like look like. And it's very like, it's just very simple. Yeah, it's simple, but it's very effective. And so we actually see the darkness for the first, like one of the first times for real, like on Earth, because it comes to find the twins because it knows that it can be destroyed by the twins. This is another cool thing that I like that they did, is that the darkness like lives in the shadows. So like I really really like this concept that like the bad guy like exists in the shadows, and that I think that is even more so in the second Twitches, but
Yeah.
I know that it's like a little bit of a thing here too. So I think that's pretty cool. But it basically is just trying to get the girls, and there's like a funny scene with like Cameron's maid, and she's like, I'm not cleaning that up because I don't know, the darkness like destroyed something. It's like
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
But
just like running amok, you know. Now it's basically Cameron's having a birthday party. And like I don't know how she has this many friends, I gotta be honest.
yeah, I don't know.
But if there's like 100 people or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's dressed up as a princess.
Queen.
And I don't know, I felt like these costumes were giving lazy.
Except for her best friend. I will die on this hill. Her best friend had this cute little like leopard print outfit. It was like little cat suit with the like ears. She ate, okay? She ate.
She ate. Well,
Everybody
she ate
else,
that
whatever.
chip, which she fucking double dipped in the
And this is how,
juice.
yes, in the salsa juice,
and
not the salsa chunks.
Not the salsa chunks, which is like what salsa is.
Yeah. And this is purely like, this movie is purely how I know what double dipping is. Like I did not know what it was until this movie. And now like I think of that scene where Karsh is like, you just double dipped. How could you do that? Every single time somebody double dips.
How could she?
I was like, what is double dipping? It's literally exactly what it's called. But yeah.
But Cameron basically decides that she's like, I like my life, I like my #privilege, and I'm not gonna go fight some evil force. I can just hang out and like
be a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a girl in this
be a
world.
girl.
Yeah.
But like be a girl with like magic powers. Come on. You know you want to. You know?
And so Alex is like, well, fuck that. I want to go like meet my mother and like help her defeat the darkness. So she goes to Coventry and says hi to Miranda and stuff, and they reunite. They have like a really emotional reuniting. I don't know why I'm like, it sounds stupid.
I know, they were like, Mom? Apollo? Whatever her name is?
Yeah.
Like, it's very cute.
It's really sweet. They were crying. I was crying.
Mm-hmm. We were all crying.
We were all crying.
I think we were all crying, so.
But then she learns that she's powerless without Cameron, which is not good.
Yeah, so they need to be together in order to defeat the darkness. And we've been told this all along, but they're just like too headstrong to like think it through. So eventually Cameron discovers that that Thantos is the darkness because she is like going through some of her old drawings and she realizes that she's literally drawn him. And she's like, oh my God, like I know who it is. And so they make the connections and they're like, I know how to defeat them. And yeah, they go, Cameron joins Alex in Coventry and they go and do the thing.
Well, yeah, I love when she shows up. It's literally one of my favorite moments. I like ate it up so much. Is like, so we have basically like a shot. Let me paint the picture for you. We have a shot of Miranda and Alex, and they're just like hugging or something. And then we go back to Thantos, and he rushes in and he goes, I tried to save her, but she died, and like she died from the darkness. And then we cut back to the shot of Miranda and Alex, and from behind them comes Cameron, and she goes, "I beat you by a good 5 minutes," and it is so good.
Like iconic, literally iconic,
so
and that's
iconic.
how you know. Yeah, so they're battling Thanatos like kind of around the castle, and he's like got his darkness thing going on. And Karshia and Ileana end up sacrificing themselves to save the girls again. And Thanatos admits to killing his brother, and we just realize that like it's all coming together, and the twins have to use their magic of light and love.
Oh my god, because the opposite of darkness isn't light.
It's light, it's love. And so they have to use their magic of love to vanquish him and restore Coventry. And they say a little spell, I can't remember what it is.
They just basically, they're like, think of everyone that you love. And then they're like, oh my god, my sister.
My sister, my mom, my friends. Yeah. And they simultaneously revive their mother and Karsh and Ileana, and everybody is happy, and they celebrate with a big party.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's it.
That's it. That's the movie. And it's fantastic.
It's so good. You know what I think we missed in our discussion is Cameron's parents.
Oh yeah.
I love them to bits.
Yes, they're
like
iconic.
Some of my favorite, because I feel like in DCOMs, there's either like no parents, which is like orphan situation, or there's like such like bad absentee parents. And I feel like these parents, they were just like, they were so sweet.
They're just,
so like
they're
obviously
very in love.
Yeah. And like such good parents. There's like the moment where like Cam is like gonna like having her time, and like she wants to confess that she's magic and has a sister and stuff, and she's like sitting all alone, and the dad's like really hyping himself up to like, he's like, I can do it, I've read all the books, like I can. And then the mom goes and talks to her, and he's like, oh fuck. Like it's so real.
It's very cute. It's very, very sweet. Yeah, they're like a very, like, again, like this movie's just very like comforting and heartwarming, and it's like one of those movies where everything is like okay. Like everything is okay.
Yeah.
You know? It's not going to be bad or like upsetting in any way.
And I think it's funny that it's like such a like wholesome kids movie that has like these protagonists that are like 21. Like I'm surprised in some way that it didn't make more like adult jokes. There is one. I don't know if you remember it.
I don't remember. What is it?
I think it's towards the end, if I remember correctly. The dad is talking about Cameron or something, and he's like, because she's a pain in my ass, and he like doesn't say it. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that sounds right. That's really funny. This movie is just very good. Do you have your final rating? Tragic or nostalgic?
It's nostalgic. I have watched this movie every year for so long.
Me too. I love this movie. It does not get old for me. Every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, it's just so comforting.
And,
I love it so much.
Twitches too, I remember like literally scared me as a child.
Yes, I remember.
Being very scary.
Yeah, me too. I remember that. I was like, I remember being like, I'd have to watch it with my mom or something.
With the lights on and stuff.
Yes. It was the shadow people in Twitches too. That's but it was a very cool concept. Like now I remember being like, now I wish I had written that. That's very smart.
Let's see how this movie ranks. It's got a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay. You know, like I feel like I've said this a few times, but like I feel like Rotten Tomatoes and things like that just aren't the like proper way to like rank these kinds of movies, because it's not really the right audience, you know?
That's true. I think
it's like those are like film critics. Like these aren't like films, you know? They're like, so I've always like tried to like judge like kids movies like this one like on a different scale than like an actual, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I'm just reading the reviews right now, and someone said, this is crazy. This is not the full review, but this is part of the review. They said, though the Maori sisters are personable enough, they simply cannot act. Which I think is just so untrue.
I think that they're so charming in this. They're not even really acting, they're just being themselves. It's cute. Haters alert. Oh my god, come on. Have a little fun. Whatever.
Love it.
Yeah. So up next on the childhood trash docket, we have, I believe, some mostly ghostly.
Mm-hmm. Have you watched it yet, Maggie? As of recording?
I'm not.
Maggie, you're gonna watch Harry Potter and you're not gonna watch Mostly Ghostly?
No, I'll watch it soon. I'll watch it probably tonight or tomorrow night. It'll be fun. Don't worry. It'll be done. It'll be done. Don't you worry. And then we have more House of Anubis. We're back on our House of Anubis grind. Cannot wait. It'll be
Yes, I'm very excited to go back to actually
great.
I hate how I have to watch House of Anubis, but it's okay. In our next House of Anubis episode, we have a very exciting announcement that we haven't announced on the pod.
Ooh, yeah. Get excited.
Yeah. Thank you for listening or watching this episode of Child of Trash. You can follow us at Child of Trash Pod on Instagram and TikTok. You can follow Maggie at Maggie and Keating.
And you can follow Pia at Pia LaPlaca. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.